Okay, boys and girls, so let's talk about how to make the letter Z. The letter Z, we see it in zebra. Everybody say that with me, zebra. And if you make the sound Z, it almost sounds like you are a bug or a bumblebee buzzing by. Zzz. Try that. Zzz. So when we make the letter Z, we're going to start here with the capital letter. We are going to go straight across the top, come slant down, and go straight across the bottom. It's going to look like this. Straight across the top, slant down, looks like the number 7, but then we're going to come straight across the bottom. So we come straight across, slant down, straight across. Let's try that again. Straight across, slant down, straight across. Okay? So it can be a little bit tricky because we use both straight lines and slanted lines. But what we don't want is we don't want to start our Z in the middle here. We want to start it at the top, making sure we use that full space top to bottom. And you can see here, my bottom line is not actually as straight as it can be. I could make it a little bit straighter. So I'm going to try that again. I'm going to come straight across, slant down, straight across. Okay? Straight across, slant down, straight across, using the full space for the letter Z. And I think actually this third one is my best one. So I'm going to put a heart around it. Make sure you go nice and slow when you are making your letter Z because we have the straight lines and the slanted lines. For our lowercase z, it is the exact same motion, but we just started the dotted line. So same thing as our letter V. We made the exact same motion, but the capital uses the whole space, the lowercase starts at the dotted line. With Z, the capital uses the whole space, the lowercase starts at the what? Dotted line. So I'm going to start at my dotted line. I'm going to come straight across, slant down, straight across. And that's a really good letter Z. My straight lines are nice and straight. My slanted line has a nice slant to it. That's a good one. Let me see if I can do it again. I'm going to come straight across, slant down, straight across. Another good one. Really using that space between the dotted line and the bottom line. We do not want to have a floating Z. This is a good shape, but it's not in the correct place on the line. It didn't start at the dotted line. It doesn't use this bottom space. So that's silly. That's no good. Okay? We also don't want to see this. Sometimes if we make the letter Z too quickly, this can happen. Uh-oh. Its bottom is hanging off. Okay? So we just got a little sloppy there because we went too quickly. We really want to make sure that we're paying attention to the space that we have to make a straight line, a slanted line, and a straight line. Okay? And that is how we make the letter Z. So let's come now into our red handwriting book, page 70, and we are going to practice making 3 rows of capital Z, tracing your first row, making 2 more rows. And then we need to put the pictures in the correct order of events. So it looks like here we are making an egg breakfast. Everybody say yum. An egg breakfast. So what picture do you think comes first? We're going to put a 1 on the line. Do you think the first thing to happen is that everything goes into the pan right away? No, I don't think so. Is the first thing to happen that the egg is opening? I'm not too sure. Take a look at your pictures. What is the first thing to happen? You have to take the eggs out of the fridge, right? And the eggs are usually in an egg carton. So put the number 1 on the line. And then when you take the egg out of the carton, we have it here. So we're going to put the number 2 on the line. And then you can figure out the rest, putting number 3 on what happens next after we take the egg out, number 3, and so on and so on. Okay? And then we're going to put a capital Z on the dark part of the line here. And our sentence reads, Zach sings hymns. Hymns are the songs that we sing in church, boys and girls. So you guys know how to sing hymns as well. Capital Z because Zach is the name of somebody. And then give yourself a checkup. Are your letter forms correct? Did you do the best that you could do? Or could you do a little bit better? Yes or no? Your choice. When we come to page 71, we are tracing and writing 3 rows of lowercase z, just like we practiced up above. Tracing and writing 3 rows. Then you're going to write a lowercase z to keep the zebras in the fence. So this is a little bit tricky and a little bit silly. Check this out, boys and girls. I'm actually going to use my marker to show you one. We have a fence here, but look, there's gaps in the fence. And these zebras, they could run away if they wanted to, and we don't want that to happen. So we are going to make the letter Z in the gaps to keep those zebras safe. I'm going to start right here where I see the number 1. I'm going to go across to 2. I'm going to come down to 3, just like this. And making that letter Z. Then I'm going to come to this gap. I'm going to do the exact same thing, following the numbers, making the letter Z. And you're going to do that all the way across, boys and girls. Fill in all of the gaps to keep those zebras inside. Then you're going to come down on the dark part of the line. You're going to put a lowercase z for zoo. This one's tricky. Let's do this one together. The dark part of the line is actually in the middle of our word here. P-I-Z-Z-A. Anybody know what that spells? One of my favorite things to eat. Pizza. Pizza. And then put your lowercase z here for zip. Is your letter spacing correct? Give yourself a checkup. Yes or no? Boys and girls, you have worked fabulously for the letter Z. Great job.